Friends, Brian here for Yes You Can Play Guitar, and I am again doing one of my reading your comments videos. I like to acknowledge all the viewers by, if we have a video that gets a good amount of views, usually over 1,000, I like to do a reading your comments video because it's my way of saying thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch the video and to comment. Okay, that means a lot to me. I never want to be one of these YouTube channels where, we kind of forget where we came from. And, I know what it's like. I still have my favorite YouTube channel. Sometimes I'll comment or make a funny comment and try and get the owner of the channel to respond. But it seems as channels get bigger, there's less and less people acknowledging their comments. I get it to a point, with my channel. We're still a relatively small, maybe medium channel. But I like doing these videos because I started doing this format a long time ago, but I brought them back in. People seem to like it. It's my way of kind of saying hi to each of you by name here on YouTube and saying thank you. I salute you, giving you a shout out and saying thank you for watching and commenting and talking about your comments. Ren Animal Flow Live Acoustic. So the video was amazing. I was slightly confused about what it was about. There was a lot of references to the book Animal Farm about, I understood it from high school reading that book. It was a book about communism. Let's read your comments and we'll go from there. So I think I should have seen the original Animal Flow. I think that would have helped myself with a lot of the confusion. But again, it was another great performance by Ren. So let's check it out here. Super Tuscans. Ren lives on the paleo diet, okay? I'm actually very familiar with that diet. Although I like to eat, I do try and get to the gym. I do try to get to the gym. It's a little trickier with eating and diet as you get older. You can't get away with as much, but I made a reference for that. I didn't know if it was like he was saying about animals being used for food. I was a little confused about what the song was about. It's an amazing performance though. Ren lives on the paleo diet. It's as far from veganism as you can get unless you go pure carnivore. Guitar Muscle. Okay, Guitar Muscle. He subscribed to my channel publicly 2 months ago. Thank you so much, Guitar Muscle. I really appreciate it. It's when you have a YouTube channel, of course, it's very competitive these days. And I don't want to be those channels where I'm always like asking people, hit subscribe, hit like, but once in a while I will. When people show their public support like that, it means a lot to me, okay? I don't think the song is really about anything as a whole. I think it just has influences lyrically, mainly from Animal Farm by George Orwell, and just comes from the surreal creative mind of Ren. Plus, it was written about 18 months ago, although he worked out an acoustic version later. So I did not see the original version. I think that was part of the problem. Kay says, when you talk to people and they say, Kay, that's a cool YouTube handle, but when you talk to people and they, say K or send you a K by text, you're kind of like, K is one of those things, you don't know what it means. It could, it's kind of ambiguous maybe, I don't know. I'm glad you still mentioned the GoFundMe link. Of course, as we know, Ren is in Calgary getting treatments for his Lyme's disease. I've lately thrown it out there. I'd like to interview Ren at some point. He is taking time to do interviews with different people and different channels. He's a busy man. I don't like bugging people, but I just kind of put it out there into the universe. Most reactors have dropped off that, meaning they don't post his GoFundMe like me anymore. Hey man, you know what? YouTube, with some people, it has negative connotations to it because people think that it's all fighting and negativity in the comments. I've known many people that have said, I wish I could do what you do and do a YouTube channel, but what if people post negative comments? I get them. But YouTube has shown me so much positivity, love, care, support, and generosity that it is by far my favorite social media platform. So the little bit of bad you get on YouTube, there's 100 times more good. So he's saying that a lot of reactors don't post his GoFundMe link anymore. Though on the other hand, all this has driven up his ability to monetize here on Spotify and anywhere else. So Ren is building up a huge following. He has a lot of original material there on YouTube, which is great. Ren would be making some money. As a small to medium channel, I wouldn't compare my channel to Ren's. I don't post a lot of the content he does, obviously, but when you're involved in doing music, reactions, cover songs, it's a little tricky when it comes to copyright claims and copyright strikes. I posted a video about that a couple of weeks ago, and I go really into detail about it. We don't make the money people think that you do. Now, my channel is different from Ren's. He has a massive channel compared to mine. But, so that's why, you know, when people either donate to my channel or support me on Patreon, it really means a lot. Even if they do it for a few months, but that extra support really means a lot. But still, you know, he's not Canadian, so I know we could get into the whole healthcare system. I am a Canadian, but Lyme's disease, he came here from another country for specialized treatment, so I'm sure that's costing money somehow. So, you know, I guess all I'm saying is I've seen a lot of kindness with YouTube, a lot of kindness from around the world, from people I don't know. You know, I've often been shown more kindness from people I don't know on YouTube than people I know in the real world, so to speak. So I have a good place in my heart for YouTube, and I think if we just can show each other a few acts of kindness, random, unknown acts of kindness, it's going to make the world a better place, because the world has gone crazy. Drowsy Paladin. So I think this guy was into D&D, or I remember the Paladin. I liked a little bit of D&D back in the day, but that was Brighton and Hove double-decker bus. Okay, I always get Brighton and Bristol mixed up. He's sitting on top deck at the back. I live in the Brighton area, cool, and I use those very same buses. The ride is awful, and yes, they are that hideous. So I'm talking about the decor, how everything looks inside, so. Drowsy Paladin, I do have a question for you. If I was to ever visit Brighton one day, I believe it has the pier, and it's on the water, I believe. Don't crucify me if it's not. Where's the best place to get fish and chips? If you could post that, I would really appreciate it. And we got Kay again. Upstairs at the back is the worst place to ride. Okay. David Eastham. Can't resist that Ren is bus king. Get it? Get it? Because he's on a bus and he's busking. Okay. Guido Carapellucci. Part you read out loud was direct excerpt from Orwell's Animal Farm. Okay, cool. My good man, Mr. Ed, 7501. He's been a public subscriber. He's actually become a good friend. He's a Patreon. He's been a supporter of the channel for over a year. And heck of a grappler. Has a wicked knee bar. Well, another Ren interview just dropped today, so he's doing the rounds. Would be cool if you can interview him while he's still in the Great White North. Yes, that is on the plan. Sabav. Heart. Okay, thank you. Pro Target 1. The song has nothing to do with Animal Farm. Ren, in a Brill interview with Knox Hill, said it's just an animalistic jungle theme on how we are all animals. Okay. Ren said he was flexing and agreed with Knox. The lyrics are more meteorical and symbolistic. Ren said the Orwellian theme was only added when the video was made. It doesn't matter how people interpret his songs and videos. It's their personal view, and it can just be as valid as anyone else's. A great analogy from Ren. Walking into an art gallery, and a chair just stuck there, and an artist got paid a lot of money for it. I can say but that's not the point. It's how people interpret this chair. Each person can have a different opinion, but each opinion is valid. Ren puts it much better in the YouTube interviews with Justin Hawkins, Rides Again, and Knox Hill. He's also doing one soon on the Black Pegasus YouTube. Well, at some point in time, it would be good if we could interview him, but he's a busy man. I understand and I respect that. And Pro Target 1, I really appreciated this post. It was awesome. Thank you. Kenneth Michael. Acoustic on a moving bus. Live performance. Zero engineering. This dude is beyond talented. Some people are born to play an instrument. Some are born to sing. Some write lyrics. Ren was born to make music. The 7 rules are from George Orwell's Animal Farm. That's the produced videos theme. Ren is a fan of Orwell, Huxley, and the like. Okay. I remember we had to read that book in high school. You know, it's funny as you get older how you have a much better understanding of things. The problem is, as you get older, even though you're wiser, you tend to forget things more. In another video recently, I gave the infamous story about how one time I forgot something in the kitchen, so I went into the kitchen and I forgot what I was looking for. I came back out, remembered, went back in, and forgot again. So, my good man, Mr. Woody Woodman, the Woodster. I love how Ren plays what he feels. Some people say he has no music theory, doesn't follow it. Fact is, it's just a theory. Ren shows us perfection is not necessarily appropriate, or even in the right thing to do. From buzzing strings, notes, to missed notes to me, it makes it even better. It is true, if you make a mistake, if you don't show the audience, you know you're really becoming a professional if you can make a mistake but make it look like $1,000,000. Tell that to my students all the time. Like with the Tales. Anywho, I hope that you get to do an interview with him. Those who already have are not musicians really would love that. Woody, how do we make this happen? Would some of y'all post on one of his videos to do an interview with me? I'd really appreciate that. And we have Kay replying, he doesn't know theory to discuss it, but he uses elements described by it nevertheless. Learn through observation of musicians and artists. Okay, Mark Curtis. He has a Spartan helmet as his YouTube logo. Spartans. Although the song wasn't inspired by George Orwell's Animal Farm, the full music video was. And the lyrics in the comments are the 7 rules from Animal Farm. The premise of the book is broadly power corrupts, as by the end of the book the leaders of the animals have broken all the rules they set for other animals and have become as bad as the humans they overthrew. Hence the last rule is eventually amended to all animals are created equal, except some animals are more equal than others. Okay, that's true. Super Tuscans, Napoleon was based on Stalin. So I don't think he means Napoleon the general. Was he the general from France? I think he means Napoleon, the character in Animal Farm, was based on Stalin. My understanding, when I took it in high school, we did like a big deep dive on it and how the book was about communism. Amy Goodson. I've seen Amy. She's made some nice posts on my channel. Did you catch that Ren promoted an indie artist a few days ago? His name is Dirt Miller, and he is quite a skilled guitarist. Song promoted is Kansas City. And what you should really hear is Guitar Symphony. Libby. Absolutely. Guitar Symphony #1 is incredible. Okay, thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Dre Lynn. The rules you read off are written on the wall in the official video. That video was largely inspired by Animal Farm. That wasn't considered until the video, though, and didn't play a part in the writing of the song itself. He said he started out with the drums and laid down that track first, and then started playing with other sounds as well as animal sounds that got worked into the production. So that book doesn't necessarily need to be taken into account to what the song is about. Boiled down, it's essentially flexing. He's just doing an interesting, out-of-the-box Ren kind of way. One thing about Ren, he's got very, very passionate fans, as most of the artists, bands I cover here. Chris Lawton. He's definitely not a vegetarian. He's on the paleo diet. Okay. Brighton, Dus Castilla. Brighton, England bus. If you listen to the very end, you'll hear the bus tannoy. The bus turned too quickly and his video cam tipped over. I did notice something about that in the video for sure. Thank you, Dus. Patrick Quinlan. That was a Canadian bus. He created this song from the rhythm which is prominent. The lyrics are just free-flowing, ad-libbing. Ren always leaves the meaning up to the audience. The original version with 80s extras. Friends and friends of friends all wearing animal masks. We'll give you some clues if you haven't seen it. Okay. Jonathan Hartzell. That bus was most likely in Brighton. Ren mentioned it in one of the interviews, I think with Knox Hill, that the last song he recorded was Hi Ren. Everything released after that was recorded over a year ago in Brighton. Okay. I'm getting it into my stubborn skull that it's Brighton. I don't know why I had Bristol in my head there a while ago. And you guys let me know, believe me. But I need it. Yeah, the bus was in Brighton. He filmed both of the Animal Flow versions over a year ago. Okay, thank you, Kira. Endless Rage, my good friend Mark from the UK. So the Animal Farm references are from the studio recording video. See, I should have watched that one first. Okay, that's where I messed up. That's what he and his mates put together for next to no money. So the mind and thoughts of him are evident. It's nothing really to do with the song itself. That video has loads of references like The Shining and Creature from the Black Lagoon, etc. But Ren himself says he likes to throw lots of Easter eggs in his vids for the Krayek. I have no idea what Krayek means. That's an English-Canadian word thing. Song itself is kind of braggadocious. That I do know. How he's a beast on the flow, then covering his sins with animal skins that is worn like bling. If you check out the lyrics in his videos, they're pinned in the comments. You can read and understand a bit better. Bear in mind he has a lot of doubles and schemes to keep an eye out for those too. The two versions are so different, it's easier to get the lyrics with this version. There isn't the visual stimulation overload that you get from the recorded version. I really dig the unusual chords notes he uses. They make perfect sense but aren't predictable at all on first watch. Love it. I don't know if anything about Ren is predictable. I think that's one of the cool things about him. My good friend Mark, I hope he's doing well. And I hope that when I do make my trip to the UK, that we will be able to check out Brighton, check out the pier, check out the best place to have fish and chips with that kind of dark, murky vinegar that they use over there. Over here, it's clear. Sharon R. Okay, Sharon's commented on my channel before. Very nice person. Love her posts. The 7 rules are from Animal Farm. This version is very different mood than the produced version, and I like them both. He basically recreated his own song. By the way, Ren gave a shout out to an artist named Dirt Miller. His song called Guitar Symphony. Has my untrained music brain tied up in knots trying to process the guitar playing. Would love to see you react to that, pretty please. Okay, I'm making a note right now. Dirt Miller. Guitar Symphony. Okay. I will do that. Just for you. Thank you, Sharon R. Now, I can do a little bit of an Aussie impersonation. Sean. Wasn't that good, was it? Ellie Scamp, I second on the Dirt Miller Guitar Symphony. Okay. Jonathan Hardsell, thirded. Woody Woodman, fourth for that. And here's a fifth. Sixth. Vixen Dixon. Who's the lucky one then? Matthew O'Farrell, eighth. Okay. And those are comments for Ren's Animal Flow Live Acoustic. Dirt Miller Guitar Symphony, eh? Remember, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to subscribe. You know, if you guys feel like taking an extra step and giving a little support to my channel, check out my Patreon communities. For reactions, we have a reaction community, wonderful group of people there. But I recently started up a guitar community. So there's all kinds of stuff, guitar lessons, tips, advice, deep dives, dissections, not like with animals and stuff, but I mean with music and songs. A lot of cool stuff going on there too, but their support really means a lot to me, okay? So remember, guys, practice hard, but practice smart, and we'll see you soon.